Let's talk about the Meteor Bow in Icarus Uprising. The Meteor Bow has the longest shot range in the bow weapon class. This bow reaches as far as 79.1 meters out the box, which is more than enough for most maps in this game. This bow can be tricky to use effectively because the main gimmick of this bow is in its continuous fire. All your continuous fire options have good homing, so you're probably wondering what's tricky about that. Well, the good and bad thing is that it's a different type of homing that I like to call delayed homing. Generally speaking, this style of homing makes shooting around corners and various terrain a lot easier compared to regular homing. Now, with that being said, this is only a problem for your dash continuous fire, and that's because your shots will spread out over a few meters before locking onto the nearest target. The spread and delay is an absolute nightmare to deal with on closed-in maps, and will usually result in you losing about 1 or 2 arrows from hitting a wall, so you lose a lot of potential damage in the process. The other bad thing about this homing delay is that it makes you an easy target for close quarter threats, as the arrows can't turn back enough. Delayed homing is a good trait to have, but in the case of this bow, it doesn't work nearly as nice when you have to connect 3 shots perfectly versus a single charge shot. Overall, the Meteor Bow prefers to play the mid-range game where you're in range to utilize your continuous fire as a supporting teammate when needed. This bow can definitely cook on its own if you build it around dash charge shot and slap on some energy charge, and ultimately that's the problem. You can do a lot better by simply ignoring the trait that makes this bow unique. But if you do plan on trying this bow out for multiplayer, you 100% want to have shot homing +3 and the homing boost power equipped. It's up to you if you want extra shot range. Basically, it boils down to if you want to use charge shots more or continuous fire more. But besides that, I'd recommend just running dash charge shot +4 and as much range stars as you can manage, since the continuous fire on this bow deals good damage with just raw stats and high stars. And lastly, for status modifiers, I recommend paralysis, just because you want to make dodging your attacks as hard as possible since they're pretty predictable. I can go on about this bow for way longer, but that's it for now. Subscribe for more Icarus content.